Welcome to the Commentary Zone Noontime Edition. As you enter the room, please don't forget to give us a thumbs up, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell if you enjoy our content. Today on the docket, oh my God, Jamal, this episode was a bit nutso for me. I'm not going to lie. Hold on, let me just pull up my notes. Okay, so we have Sister Wives season 16, episode 10, the beginning of the end. And I can't believe that this like season is almost over.
I mean, I know this episode was the emancipation of Christine.
Well, this whole season, I agree, was the whole season. I think you and I have already discussed that she's had the most evolution as a person, a wife, a mom, an individual in this whole setup. And somehow I feel like she's finally admitting that plural marriage isn't what she wants right now. Oh, this was
good. I think it's for marriage with Cody.
You know what? I think it's in general, because remember when she said, when I was younger, like, this is not what I imagined it to be. And she's always been the most jealous out of everybody. Like when they started doing all those flashbacks, when Cody made that comment about how they've been having trouble for 12 years. I think that they've been having trouble since she was relegated to the basement, which was the beginning of the marriage. I don't think that her personality or what she wants in a relationship works in plural marriage. Right. I just don't think she was ready to admit this over these past 24 years, which is sad.
I agree. I think she expected to be treated fair.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it was. I think she just felt she just felt her role in the family was the role that she took on. She was fine with that. What she wasn't fine with, it was that she wasn't receiving equal love and equal treatment. And then also her children weren't getting the same thing. I really feel it was a combination of her personal growth and her coming into her own, and the fact that her children weren't getting the same love from their father that the other children were.
That was going to be my next question to you. Like, do you think that was the tipping point for her when she said something like, the kids are noticing that dad is different when you're not around? Oof.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Was. But overall, I think it was just her own personal growth that sealed it for her. I think that really was the real nail in the coffee.
Oh, this is so good. Oh my God. How do you spell Amazon? Oh, I got it. I'm trying to figure out how to spell Amazon. I'm sorry, y'all. Multitasking. Okay, so and this episode was the biggest irony of all, and I'm so glad that they left it for last. So we start off, it's early January, the Christmas celebrations are done. And Robin calls everybody to say that Ari has demanded that they all get together for her birthday. Everyone goes to get a C19 test, because I think everybody would do what they can for the kids, where it's the kids' concerns. The adults, not so much, but the kids, right. Yeah. So they have a choice between like the nose and the spit test and whatever.
Right.
Christine says that the test makes it easier, but it doesn't fix like their real problems.
Exactly. It doesn't.
Cody's glad that Ari is getting this attention, but he's gun shy about the older children questioning his management of the Panorama situation. he says that his older kids have to realize that his world doesn't revolve around them once they're adults, and his responsibility is to the minors. So what now?
Right.
So do you give up being a parent? Like, I didn't understand that. And I'm gonna need the parents in the chat to help me with that. Maybe I'm just from a different background, but I don't think my mother would have ever kicked out me or my brother unless we did something really, really bad. We
But he's
both chose to leave once the time was right for us.
but what Christine said, it was never that way before, and she doesn't get it either. And I think it's more because of the whole C19 situation. That's the way
Mm.
that's the way she's explaining it to me. At least that's the way I heard it. She's like, it was never that way before.
Yeah, cause and Janelle says something similar. She says that they've never pushed their kids out, and that there are adult children at Robbins, and that aren't being pushed out.
Right.
Oof.
It's because they're following all his rules and showing and they're not betraying him. He's just
Mm.
mad the kids are pushing back. That's really what it is.
But that's what happens when they get older. They get opinions.
Right.
If you can't handle the opinions, then that means that you can't have rational adult conversations, or you're not accepting that they're grown, other than to say, get out. It's so weird. It's so weird. Hi, everybody in the chat. Okay. Christine actually loved Cody. Really?
No, she did. No, she did. That's why she feels the way she feels. If she didn't love him, she wouldn't feel the way she feels.
And I guess Mary is fighting to the end with Robin. Who would have thought? Who would have thought? Let's see. Who else is in here? I don't think she actually stepped up for polygamy. She have a very romantic view of it. Culturally, she had to do it, but she likes monogamy. That's what Yanni said.
I mean, I think culturally, she likes monogamy. I think with her, the way she grew up, she loved monogamy, not monogamy, polygamy.
Polygamy, yeah.
But it wasn't what she's getting in her polygamous marriage is not what she got growing up, and that's why she's feeling the way she feels. If Cody were fair and respectful, and she didn't feel like iced out, she would still be in polygamous marriage. But he's just terrible.
So Steven says, I'm not sure Robin wants Cody all to herself.
She doesn't.
I think that she's the exact opposite of Christine. Christine wants monogamy, and Robin is like, I need to share. He's a lot. Child, this is a mess. I don't know why it changed to step up. It was made up. Okay. She wants him exclusively, but need to save face, saying she doesn't. Is that what you think about Robin, Yanni? Uh-oh. Steven says Mary is staying and making that man miserable by her smiling presence and her alignment with his favorite wife, because the favorite wife, fights for her. Oh, I think Christine felt like she mattered last in the years with her marriage to Cody. It kind of does feel like that, because I mean, from the basement.
Right.
Ew. Okay, so they get together for the birthday party, and they do something that I thought that was like really, really cool. Each person has to go around and do an individual toast to the birthday girl. And it was Gabriel, right? Gabriel said that she's the only woman who greets him at the door, saying that he's so handsome. Isn't that so cute? Like, these kids really do have a great relationship, and they try to, at least with these younger kids.
Right.
And Ari does seem like she is quite a charming individual, even for a kid. Like when she goes over to Christine and points out her blushing and she's like touching her chest. Um, she's adorable. And for like a few brief moments, they can just enjoy this child and sort of enjoy each other's company with her innocence. I don't know.
Right. She's not embroiled in the dramaticals of everything.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Um, Robin says that they had, oh, okay. So everybody does that. They have the party. And then we see Robin like all by herself. And it seems like they've gone back to the iPhone cameras. And Robin says that they had the party over the weekend. And the next day, the nanny called to say that she and her husband tested positive for C19. Robin is freaking because they all got together on that weekend. And this, of course, this situation validates Cody's reasoning for not getting together. And, then we see Cody saying he can't understand how this happened because she did everything right. But can y'all guarantee that the nanny and her husband did everything right? Like, you brought in somebody from outside into your cocoon. You were supposed to be the only one going out. Make it make sense, Cody. I don't know.
But
Okay.
it's all. Go ahead.
Mm-hmm. No, I was just looking at Ryan's comment. Sounds like all Cody was interested in was being fruitful and multiplying. Once those fruits are ripe, he doesn't care about them. Oops. Kind of agree with that.
Yeah, that's why he's on Robin, because he's trying to get another baby out of her. But he'll replace her soon enough, in my personal opinion. That's just how I see him.
Oh my God. Welcome everybody to the live chat. FM said, I cheated and rewatched older footage from earlier seasons and was blown away. Good Lord. That's not cheating. That's just becoming more knowledgeable about this mess. Okay. Sunway says, didn't Cody say that he focuses most on the younger kids than the older kids? That's why he always spends time at Robin's. Unless her puss is a younger kid, let's just call a thing a thing. I don't know. Hi, Gina. Little late, yes. It is weird how differently he treats them all. Christine and Janelle do pretty much the same thing, but he doesn't think Janelle is betraying him yet.
Right.
I think he has Janelle lumped in with, well, partially into the unloyal wives, especially with her F off and walking out thing and deciding to not do Thanksgiving. Like, she's not following the orders. She's following Christine. And he doesn't like that allegiance that Janelle's kids have to Christine, because I feel like he thinks that allegiance should be to him.
Exactly. He was not happy with them going to, well, whatever Christine does for Thanksgiving, we're going to do.
Yeah, he didn't like that.
He hated that.
Yep. We see Cody taking Robin's family to get the C19 test. Robin feels bad that it's coming from her household. Christine and Janelle say that, Cody called them to tell them about the situation. And both of them think that there's some irony involved in this.
But when you think about it, there is, though, because you went through all the hoopla with them, dragging on them, but they were following, like Christine said, they were following CDC guidelines, regulations, and who the outside person you brought into your home that they didn't know about, and was trying to figure out, why do you need a nanny? why do you need a nanny?
Mm-hmm.
It's the outside people that you brought into around your family, and by extension, the rest of the family. They're the ones who like gave you all exposure.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. And then
Okay.
they can say all they want, like they've been following all the guidelines. You are not within 24 hours a day, so shut up. I did not. I was tired of that. You're not gonna sit here and tell me you follow everything perfectly. What grown adults not living in your house is gonna follow that exactly? Shut up.
Nobody can, at least not for a prolonged period of time. That
No.
we could barely follow CDC guidelines in this household. Oh, yeah, yeah. Okay, so let's see. Mary says that she prefers the nose test. Like they all start talking about the different tests. Christine is worried that it might be one of her kids that could have spread it. See, this is, I think, before when she said that, I was like, wait, you don't know that it's the nanny that brought it in?
Right.
Why are you saying that you're fearful that it's one of your kids? Janelle says that she's worried about the getting together might be done because of this. Christine says she thinks it's over, no more getting together. Cody says he doesn't know how to play this. Funny thing is that I think if it was one of the other wives' households, he would have known exactly how to play this. Brimstone and condemnation and all the fires of hell would have been raining down on the other wives. But it's Robin, so now all of a sudden I don't know how to play this.
Exactly.
Let's see. Robin does feel bad. Christine says it's really hard to see Cody having functional relationships, and her girls commenting that Cody is different when she's not around. Cody, like, you don't have to show that to the children.
Right. This is what I was saying last time. Children should not see that. They shouldn't see it. They shouldn't feel it.
Mm-mm.
But Cody's not the most emotionally intelligent person either, so it's. I'm not shocked. Just saying.
Oh my God. So next we see we're at Christine's house. And Christine says that last week Cody came over to install like a door to her loft office. I guess that was one of his nights there with her. So he decided to do a project so he just wouldn't really have to engage with anyone in there. And Cody says, he keeps on fussing about the cat getting into her inventory. And she's like, is this really about the cat? What's going on? She says later he tells her that he's not interested in having an intimate marriage anymore, and that he didn't like her behavior. She says that she's not interested in that. He stays the night. They're not in the same room. He leaves he makes himself breakfast and leaves the next morning very early. And this is where we see her on the bed, and she's saying her heart is broken, and she is shattered. He's she's just explaining. I think this is where she explained like
Right.
how, this isn't what she thought it was gonna be. And if she's not having an intimate marriage, then she's not having a marriage at all. Done. Right. And he says that a while ago that she said that he told her a while ago that he wasn't attracted to her, but she thought that it would get better. Say what now? Why would you stay in a marriage where your spouse is not attracted to you and tells you that? It's one thing if he hides it, but if he tells you that to your face, like, or is there something about spiritual marriage that I'm not quite understanding? Is it not about like physical attraction too? Am I missing that? I don't know. Maybe I'm thinking about this as like a normal relationship, and I'm not understanding what like a polygamous relationship is. Maybe you don't need, because didn't she say that he said that he knows a lot of people who don't have the intimate marriage?
Yes, he
So
did. I'm like,
that's
okay.
not a part of it.
In his mind, I
So
think
wait a minute. When he was putting all these babies into these women, he wasn't necessarily attracted to them. Like Robin is the first one that he's attracted to.
not a clue.
This is kind of mind-boggling to me. I think Christine hoped for a polygamous husband who could live to their ideals, which Cody can't because he's a narcissist. Are any of the grown children in polygamous or polyamorous relationships? I don't think so, Ryan. I don't think any of these kids have chosen plural marriage. They're all in, what is it, single marriage? A monogamous marriage? Hi, you're not late. Okay. Oh my God, how the F does Ariella get a fancy family party, but nada to recognize Isabel? Come on, Robin. Could have stepped up on that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Yes, Debbie. Robin, as other call Sabin, and Cootie loved their monogamy life. What? Cody? I'm calling Cody Cootie. Bye, Yanni. Thanks for joining us. I personally could not imagine what they truly feel internally, although externally agreeing with the arrangement. That must be hard.
It has to be.
Ay. FM says it's all about Robin's kids, her kids with Cody, and didn't give a poop about the family. Let's see. Remember, Christine was then active wife before Robin. What's that mean? Like she was the baby maker before Robin?
Right.
Name is pronounced way different than what Debbie just said. I thought you were. Oh, I made the same mistake too, Gina. Jamal had to correct me early on. we learn something new every day here in the live chat. Let's see. Karma by their nanny getting C19. Yeah, it is kind of. It is. I'm
How
not gonna lie.
you know what? Just how like they reacted, like they were so much better and they were doing everything right. Mind you, you hid the nanny from the rest of the family. That's first of all.
Yep.
I'm not gonna
Yep.
forget that part. Y'all hid the nanny from the rest of the family. How you did it, I had no clue. But you were all kind of separated, so really, we probably it was kind of easy because you probably didn't see them coming in and out. And then you were like, "We did this right. We're doing this. Robin's doing everything perfectly. These are the rules. Yada yada yada." But it's your outside person that was unnecessary that exposed all of you. And my thing is, how come y'all no one's brought up that Cody no one's bringing up the fact that Cody, went to the gathering and could have been exposed and all that good stuff. No one, he's not really talking about that with the family. Like, hey, like, by the way, at grandma so and so's funeral, I broke my own rules. Like, none of that is coming up.
I think the time spans because the funeral for Janelle's mom, remember, was 10 days before Christmas, and now they're in early to mid January, and the people who tested positive were the nanny and the husband. The husband got it first, and then a couple days later, the wife, the nanny, tested positive. So if it was Cody who was the one who brought it from the funeral, or Janelle who brought it from the funeral,
they've already would have had the symptoms or been like, all that good
pre-Christmas.
stuff.
Yeah.
Right.
So they were lucky with that. Let's see. So Cody says that he was over visiting the kids in the backyard, And then Christine drops the bomb on him. Um, he says that they've had serious trouble in their marriage for 12 years. She told him that she didn't want him in her bedroom anymore because that's a special place for her. He can visit the
Hold,
kids,
hold on,
but
hold on. No, what she said was that that's a special place for her, and nothing special happens for them in there. That was the call part. That was the
well,
part where I hollered.
well, she's being truthful.
I'm just saying that took me out though.
Can't
If you said that,
can't deny her feelings about it.
no,
And let's see, she told him, he said that she says that he can visit the kids but don't plan on staying over. um
right,
and he got the nerve to say, I wonder if this is a phase. What?
right.
Wait, what? A phase? He says that she's murdering their intimacy with betrayal. Like,
He's mad because he thought, well, I've heard from like the other people and the adult children that Christine's been threatening to leave. Here's my thing: as a grown man, if you are hearing this from multiple adults, as a grown man and husband, you need to go to your wife and say, hey, this is what I've heard. Can we talk about it? But since you did not, that just tells me that you really don't care. And another thing, I'm not sure if you feel the same way, but when he said, "Oh, this is just a phase," to me, that just you're talking to her like she's a teenager. Oh, this is just a phase, and two, you don't respect her or anything of that nature.
or her
Because
feelings.
yes, because if you any person who loves their spouse and wants their marriage, as soon as they hear any kind of dissent that they're unaware of, let me put it that way, you would go to that wife. But on the same token, you're acting surprised that you said yourself that you guys have been having problems for 12 years. Pick one, sir. Which one is it? Either you're surprised or you're not surprised in this situation. Because I feel when you acknowledge 12 years of struggle, you know your marriage is not working. And you're being selfish because you just kept her around because you just not trying to lose your place in the little celestial heaven. That's what that is to me. And I'll stand by that. He's
But
completely
remember
selfish.
when she said, I used to be that wife that
Yes.
that did whatever he said. I was always
Mm-hmm.
there. I was always the attentive person to him. So
Right.
the marriage only works when you behave like that. But when you start thinking like an independent human being, then suddenly the marriage don't work.
Right.
Is that how this type of relationship, plural marriage, is supposed to work? I don't get it.
Excuse
Mm-mm.
me. So sorry. But yeah, it works when they obey. Basically, is what it is. And that's what it is.
Okay. FM says Robin's comments during Ariella's birthday. Happy that the family could be there for her daughter, but where is the same level of care extended to the other kids? Like, they didn't even, like, did they let the other kids go and see Isabella before she went off to go and get a surgery? They could have all assembled in the background,
Mm-hmm.
socially distant, to just, wish her goodbye.
Right.
Uh,
But these are Robin's children, though. We have to remember that.
oh, God.
God, we have
Yeah.
to keep, and that's bad that we have to do that. We do have to keep in mind
Yeah.
like the blatant favoritism.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you for the reminder. Oh my God, this is so stupid. I don't know how these women put up with it. I really don't. But yeah, I just couldn't get over that Cody was acting. All right. At one point, it almost seemed like he's blaming her, yet he's surprised that this happened, but yet he knew, like you said, you knew that there's been problems for 12 years, but this is such a surprise. But is this a phase? Like, all of this, like, double and triple talking, is this a way to, like, confuse people and gaslight them?
I don't get it because we see right through it because you're saying the exact opposite. They're not similar. They don't weave together like a good manipulator would. These are two separate opposing ideas.
Okay, so FM says Robin played up the victim so much that Cody was convinced and is resentful towards his other wives. Christine was so understanding having a new baby, and I guess Robin and Cody going on a 10-day honeymoon. Oops. Why wasn't some other wife helping with the kids? He just didn't want anybody around him and Robin.
Right. Because if they were around, they could see how much time he really spends with her.
Okay, so Gina says he doesn't know how to play. This means how am I going to spin this so I don't look bad? That's what I felt when he was in that confessional, like, well, where he was outside of her house talking about how surprised he was. It was just going in so many different directions. Hey, welcome all to the live chat. Yay. Cody made it so obvious that the day C19 was announced, he abdicated his fatherly duties to all of the kids. He admitted he should have spoke to Gabe earlier. Not just Gabe, but everybody. You got like 50-something kids. Communicate, and it's not like they don't have a phone.
Right.
He behaving like we're back in, like, caveman days and sending smoke signals or carrier pigeons or something. I don't get it. I don't get it. Let's see. Cody says that he hold on. Hold on. He can visit the kids, murder intimacy. Oh, I'm so lost here. Okay. He wants to think about it before discussing it further with her. What else is there to discuss? She's already made the decision about her home. He says he's not sure how serious to take her. Huh? And did he actually try to? Okay, yeah, it's later in the episode. Sorry. Robin says her family tests all came back negative. It's been scary, but they were very, very lucky. Girl, yes, you were. We see Christine. She travels to St. George, Utah to go and attend McKelty's baby shower. Only her family will attend. She knows that she appears to be lax, but they are following the rules with outdoor events, and then socially distancing, or the number of people who are attending. Like, she's following the rules with this baby shower. Okay, so she says most of her kids realize that something is wrong, except Truly. She says that when he said that they would discuss it later, and she said, no, this is final.
That's the thing. He keeps trying to say, "Oh, we'll discuss this later," and she's like, "No."
Yeah,
that was the funny part.
So weird.
It was funny because he was really just like, "No, we'll talk about this later." She's like, "No."
And then, like, I guess she comes back to Flagstaff, and she doesn't want to see any of his stuff in her house. It's like, it's very hurtful to her. So she packs up everything, and she does it nicer than I did. Like, everything was in individual labeled boxes and stacked neatly in the garage, and even like had Fragile for his nightstand or something.
Stuff. Yeah.
And I was just like, wow. Remember, I told you I would have like torched everything, honestly. But maybe I'm just a meaner person. But
he's kids though.
So we would have had s'mores. Family event, s'mores. Once it's burned, they don't know what it is. Oh, geez. She packed up all her stuff, put it in the garage. She told herself after the last anniversary that ended so badly that she wouldn't do it again. She's going to try and keep things looking normal. She didn't know how to tell her kids. She's always wanted a romantic marriage, and it's too hard to watch him with the other wives, Robin and Janelle, but no Mary. She wants to move to somewhere where people want to be around them. Child, the emancipation of Christine.
Yeah, she has
This,
put her foot down.
but I'm hearing her side. Um, and what he says later is just mind blowing to me. But next, we hear from Janelle that Gabriel and Harrison have tested positive. Janelle and Savannah are getting tested and they're hoping for the best. Janelle has a little like scratchy throat, but that could be just like,
Common
regular.
cold.
Yeah. Or just her mind playing games on her, because
Mm-hmm.
you know that two people in your home have been tested positive and you're just like, oh my God, I have to have it. The mind is a very intricate instrument in our body. It really does. It really is. Okay. Next, we see Cody has come over to Christine's house and he is in the garage seeing all of his stuff and realizes that he has been moved out of his house. Who name on that mortgage?
Also, I was wondering, I'm gonna need to see the deed because
That killed me when he said, because he took ownership of her house. And I'm like, wait, she bought that, not you. Because didn't you say the wives own and the husband doesn't? Didn't he say that many, many years ago?
yeah.
I bet Money Christine waited to pack up his crap until he finished the work at her house. Good on you, Christine, if that's the case. All these years, these poor kids have been dragged along, and now Cody isn't for plural marriage. Whoa. Hold on. So wait, I lost my place. Yeah, he realizes that he's been moved out. This is not something that they've discussed, and he's having a hard time not being frustrated by this. But he just makes no sense. He
No,
contradicts himself all the time.
that's the problem. That's
Mm-hmm.
that's generally the problem because you're saying two different things.
Yep.
Like you can't say you're in shock, and like, I'm gonna go back to this because this is what
Mm-hmm.
stuck with me through the whole episode. You said you were shocked, but then you're not surprised, and then you said like you feel a relief.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, which one is it?
I don't know. Unless he is processing it throughout. No, he can't be because he keeps on bouncing between all three. If it was just like in some sort of time, a chronological order where it seems like he's processing it, but it's not. If he's bouncing back between the three emotions, that's not processing, that's manipulation to me.
Right.
So he's still fussing that he's been moved out of his house. Christine thinks that now she can just settle. Christine thinks that she can't just settle. He doesn't know how he feels about this. He didn't think that she was this serious. Christine says that there are so many uncertainties. He has to talk to her before making any decisions. It appears to be a game, but it might not be. Wait, what, Cody? It appears to be a game, but it might not be. Your shit is packed up in boxes outside. See, this is why I would have burnt them. Bitch, you wouldn't have been saying that this appears to be a game. There would have been no question because all you would have gotten was ashes when you came over. I'm sorry.
You would have been messy and just burned all the stuff and put it in the urn.
No, I would have
Oh,
left them in the backyard in the fire pit and a sign saying, Cody, here your stuff. That's it. There would have been no mistaking this. None. But he's the one who's playing games, if you ask me, mind games.
you know what? You know what he's upset. He's upset that he thought she wouldn't leave. That's what it
And
is.
she's one of the critical wives, according to you guys, right?
Yeah, she took care of everybody and the kids.
She's the
Which one?
the founding wife.
You
Christine's the
talking
founder wife, right?
yes.
Yeah, so she and Robin are the important ones based on their families, right?
Right.
Okay.
But who their families are, I'll put it that way. So
Right. Um let's see. He didn't know why this is happening and he almost doesn't care. Wait, what? Christine says that their church can release her spiritually in their church from their marriage. His system is anti-divorce, so he's not bothered by this. Say what now? Um,
that was confusing. I was like, huh?
his first thought was, "This is my house." Second thought was relief of the burden of this marriage. But then he's not going to talk about how he really feels. He was just so confusing in this last segment.
He was
But
ridiculous in his last segment.
he was.
That's really what it comes down to. He was
You
ridiculous.
had one person that was making complete and total sense, staying the course. And then you have somebody who is, in effect, a pinball machine on tilt. That's how I felt.
He just, like I said, he just never thought Christine would leave. Like he thought maybe Mary would leave because she tried. He thought maybe Janelle, but he thought, oh, Christine's in for the long haul. She ain't going nowhere.
Mm-mm-mm.
But I think it was just a shock to his sister that someone would actually leave him.
I don't know. I think it is because in his mind, it's like, who would leave me and everything that I have and bring to the table? Look what I've provided for you. I don't know. Remember, he said he was grossed out by Christine eating nacho. That was year one, I believe, before the wedding. I do remember that, but I don't know why I thought that was on their honeymoon. They said it on the honeymoon when they went on that car road trip. I think that's when they brought that up, right, Yanni? Oh, I do remember that. He'll continue to get down with them and reproduce. A marriage without intimacy is not a marriage. I could
Mm-mm.
never in my life have had it like that.
Mm-mm.
That I would have kicked him out just like Christine. Wow.
I agree.
Oh, Yanni says to Sunway, Mary started the precedent of accepting this. She did, but
She
that
did.
doesn't mean that Christine can't break that precedent. He just mentally, emotionally, and verbally abused these women, and he thought she would stay like Mary did. Christine tricked him and left. Yep. Cody uses sexy time, dates, and attention as leverage against all the wives. Do as you are told and stay in line, or no fun times for you. Do we really think that he's good at fucking? Like, really? Just gonna call a thing a thing. His curly perm is the most atrocious ever. There's nothing physically attractive to me on Cody, unless his penis is like mesmerizing, which I doubt. I don't know. I don't see what the big deal is unless it's a TLC chick. That's it. Poor Christine having to live like that for over a decade. I love that she made her bedroom a safe place and was like, you know what? This is my space and you need to leave. Yep.
But when she told him don't plan on staying, I was like, wow,
Yeah.
you're not staying here. I was like, okay. And
You,
I know in my mind, I don't understand how when someone says that to you, how can you not understand like where their mental state is unless you're that into yourself.
she didn't even offer him like a spare room. It's just like, don't like dirty my home with your bad aura. Like, come and see the kids and go. so we can decontaminate. I don't know. How he thought that this was a game and that she wasn't serious and that there was further discussion to be had. Like, what conversation were you in, bro? I love how cognizant she became about her actions and how it's perceived by her children, as she has young women and they especially do not need to be seeing these types of instances. So true. Debbie, eventually Cody stated, like Christine, so she was the Robin back in the day before Robin. Oh. Well, he talks about loyalty. I don't think he has any loyalty to any of these women.
Mm-mm.
None whatsoever.
As soon as they can't reproduce, there he's out.
Guys, I just remembered. Please give us a thumbs up. I've been so engrossed in this story. Let me do a thumbs up. Oh, thank you guys. I saw that we had like 13. Thank you. All right. Let's see. Or at least we'll know who their father is for real by his actions, and Christine doesn't want to be around it anymore. It's dysfunctional, and to a point she's in the wrong the longer she stays. I think the tipping point for her was the kids noticing, the older kids. And I think that's where FM's statement really rings true. You know, she has to set the example for her daughters. FM says, cannot wait till Robin gets replaced by wife number 5. That's way younger. Oops. Why haven't Cody said to Robin's kids it's time to move out? He said that to Janelle's big kids. Yep. Barbie says, she's the nanny and the kids' tutor. What does Robin do all day? She probably has a housekeeper as well that we haven't heard about. Oh, good Lord. Why am I only seeing the top of her head? Whose head? Mine? I don't know. Cody uses C19 as a method to foster mistrust, resentment, and immaturity of epic proportions throughout this entire family. Even his actions are dysfunctional towards Robin long term. Ooh. Can you imagine what Isabel must think? Janelle and Christine are boss, and now I hope that the children see what a ripoff polygamy is, in my opinion. Oh my goodness. Props to all of the other wives for not putting Robinson Dayton on blast, sharing during confessionals, but they moved to Flagstaff because of him. Well, they kind of said that there's adult children in Robin's house that are not being asked to leave. Okay, I'm going to just skip down and see. Wait. In Nevada, you don't have to be married to adopt your girlfriend's child. In fact, single adult can adopt a minor child 10 years younger than adult as long as bio parent agrees. He divorced for no reason. Wait, what? Is that true, Running Grey Wolf? Is that the law? Hey, Ablavi.
I want to talk to a wee. I agree with this. Cody likes to each wife about each other. He does pit them all against each other, and it feels that way. You can kind of feel that. That's a very, very good point. Like, if you notice, he doesn't really encourage them to work together.
Nope. Wait, Robin best take a note as this is valuable for site that she should be internally documenting because this can happen to her in the near future. Oof. Okay, so Gina says, notice how he has said all this time that it's Christine's house, Christine's kids, but now that she's packed his crap, it's his house all of a sudden. Give me a break, buddy. It's not your house.
That's another good point.
Well, the mortgage company will also say that too.
True.
Barbie says, you got to know that there's stuff broken in that fragile box. I don't think she would do that. I would do that, but I don't think she would have done that. Gray Wolf, I would have donated his stuff for homeless.
Oh, wow. Not donate. Where's my stuff? Oh, I donated it.
I would have given the books down to the library. I probably wouldn't have burnt those. I would have sent
Right.
those down to the library. But everything else, burnt. Let's see. I'm just going to scan down. Let's see. Okay, wait till the day Truly finds out that her mom was left alone right after she gave birth to go on an extensive honeymoon and after the biggest wedding party aside from Mary's. I'm shocked that no one left sooner. I would have been gone after all the surgery mess and such too. Okay, he even said I'm supposed to care. Oh, we have a bot? Okay. Jamal, is the bot causing any problems?
I already took care of it.
Yay. Okay, so FM says, especially during a global pandemic, the kids are going to be more tuned into their parents' reactions, demos behavior toward each other's, etc. Christine is the only adult willing to end the dysfunction. Wow.
I think she just has gotten to a point where she knows she deserves better, and she's not afraid to officially like step out. Mary tried, but then probably felt some guilt and came back, or she was afraid to be by herself. Either or.
I think Christine had to grow as an individual. Her character had to mature enough for her to say, I can do this on my own. I can make decisions on my own. And I think when she said, this is my household because I'm the primary person that is there, I think that was key. She took ownership for her life in that moment.
Yep. No, I you put it in those terms, and I go back and think about it. Pretty much, yeah, you're spot on. Because when she said she's the head of, what got me was the episode when she said I'm the head of my household. I was like, okay.
Because I'm the one who's there, who's always there. Ablavi says, do you think Cody is on all the mortgages? I don't think he's on any of the mortgages except for probably Robin's now. Because remember in Nevada, in Las Vegas, all of those wives had to get their own mortgages for their own homes. And Robin's credit was shot. And they had to do major credit repair so that she could get approved for her loan for her house. He's not on any of those loans. At least in Las Vegas, I think now that changed with Robin's house. This house that they bought, I think he's on the mortgage. But then again, that's his wife.
Yes. That would make sense. It would make sense that he'd be on her mortgage and not the other one.
Yeah, but he wasn't on Mary's mortgage when they were in Las Vegas.
And
true. he was married to Mary then. It's just very weird how he manages the financials. This is the last one. Banded together. Okay. And Christine is the matriarch, aka the kids look to her for guidance, etc. So she's trying to be more aware and appreciate that she tried. Robin's playing the long game. Ugh.
That's a long game. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm.
The thing
All
what she
right.
doesn't realize, what's going to happen is when Christine leaves, all of Christine's duties is going to fall on her.
She can't even handle her own kids.
True.
Oh my God. Anyway, so guys, this was the episode. We see that their reunion is going to be a one-on-one type of sit-down interview, which should be hysterical because I feel like Cody's versions of events are going to be vastly different from everybody else's. I think there's going to be a lot of throwing under the bus by all of them. It should be really hysterical. And I hope that the host asks all the questions that we want to know. Just saying. Okay, so this was the episode, Sister Wives, season 16, episode 10, the beginning of the end. How many of y'all are excited for the reunion?
This is gonna be hilarious. And it's 1-on-1 too.
I know I think that's what I'm excited about, because there won't be any talking over each other. And you know what I just thought of? Do you think that Cody asked for like a one-on-one thing because of C19 and he didn't want like to be contaminated by the other wives? Or did he feel like this was be safer? Or was this a production request? I wonder who wanted to do it like this.
I wonder if it was. I wonder if it was the wives. I'm curious. I agree with you. I'm curious on that.
Oh my God.
Because maybe Christine didn't want to be around Cody. You know,
think?
I don't want to be around the person who told me they weren't attracted to me and they won't give me no sex. I'm just saying because that's gonna be a contentious. Yeah, it can get real bad if the questions don't break the right way.
Ay. Oh my God. Guys, this was an amazing show. I cannot wait for the one-on-one reunion. This is going to be a blast. Cody's going to be lying. Christina's going to be walking in her truth. And the rest of them are... Who's next? Who's next to go?
Janelle. That's my call.
Oh, this is another good question. Is the reunion all one night or 3 separate nights? Like, how many? Do we know how many episodes?
No, they didn't say.
Oh,
they didn't say.
That's so not fair. Okay, well, guys, the chat has been amazing. Thank you all for joining us today. As usual, you guys are rock stars. Thank you for all of the likes of the show. Shout out to the replay crew. And I cannot wait to see the comments. Like every week, I look forward to the comments for Sister Wives. They are so amazing. Thank you so much for participating in our little corner of YouTube. Jamal, any final thoughts?
No, I mean, this was a really good season of Sister Wives. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to sit here and lie. The growth we saw in Christine, like, Janelle kind of backing her kids and not Cody. Mm-hmm. I mean, I felt like this season was more honest. Like last season, you could see some of this coming, but I felt it was restrained. This season, I just feel like they just threw caution to the wind. And I'm speaking more of Janelle and Christine.
Yeah.
And we saw Mary putting her plan into motion. She gonna be there.
If anybody's playing long game, wait, what if Mary and Robin are in cahoots to bring down Cody?
I could see that. Because they're close, and then Christine and Janelle are close. And with Christine leaving, who was I know Janelle and Mary are cool, but I'm just curious.
Are Janelle and Mary cool? That last
I
walk that they had.
I think they'll become cooler because Janelle has no one left. Mm,
Surface.
I'm just saying, do what you got to do.
Surface. Do what you gotta do to get lot 4.
But remember, with Christine gone, that's an extra lot that opens.
Is it really though? You know Christine's not gonna give up her inheritance. She got her
Okay,
kids.
that's true. That's
She got
true.
her kids.
Good point.
So, guys, thanks for joining us. Leave your comments below. We really appreciate it. So, tomorrow we're doing 1,000 Pound Sisters, right?
Yes.
I have to watch that tonight. Did you watch it yet?
No, I'm watching it today.
Okay, I'm gonna watch it tonight. This is testing my patience. But did you see that there's a new show, 1,000 Pound Best Friends?
No.
Yeah. And they're all sturdy girls, and I think that they are best friends, and they're going to try to support each other on a weight loss journey or something. I don't know. I might have gotten
Is
that
it
wrong.
on TLC or Discovery?
I think it's TLC,
Okay.
but yeah,
For.
it's not. I think it's 1,000 Pound Best Friends. I think that's the name of it.
I'll definitely look at that. That sounds interesting.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Barbara
guys.
says Barbara says it's 4 friends
It's
and it's on TLC. Okay,
on TLC. Okay,
I'll
alrighty.
check that
Yes.
out
Oh my God. So we might have found another show, y'all.
because I'm not sure for those of you who watch it. At least right now I might watch Jersey just for fun, but I see this season being poor.
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to Jersey. The Housewives, I'm kind of losing interest in.
Except for Beverly Hills when they come back. Sorry, I need the fur
Yeah,
to fly and the mess to be thrown.
I might give them another shot.
Because
True. Yeah.
Miss Zampino hits the scene.
Yes, yes. I forgot about her. Yeah, that might be interesting. Might be interesting. All right, guys. We'll see you back here tomorrow.
Oh,
Jamal.
Debbie,
Mhm.
hold on. Susan, we got a Susan alert.
Susan.
Debbie, new Mass Australia is starting season 20. When?
It is coming soon because you know that guy that I watch on Rehash on YouTube?
Right.
He's going to be reviewing it, and it should be within this week or next week or something like that. So yeah, it is starting. So hopefully we'll
Okay.
see episodes
Yes.
on YouTube,
Yes.
and it'll be good.
Yeah, I'm down. If I can find out how to watch it, I'm down to do Mass Australia.
But I told you I watched the last season all on YouTube. I did. I watched it a few hours right after, like they put it up, and there's no problem for us because it's Australian television.
Okay. Yeah.
So
I'm
we
in.
won't get those wonky recordings.
I'm in.
Yeah.
Totally in.
I told you last season was amazeballs. It was amazing.
Okay. We're gonna do Mass Australia. Oh, Miranda, Married at First Sight. Mass.
Yeah. And there's also a Married at First Sight New Zealand. Yes.
Oh, okay. We'll figure out a schedule.
Yes, yes. So, guys, meet us back here tomorrow for more fun. We're going to be talking about Tammy and her crew. So, Jamal, until next time.
Of course.
All righty. Bye.
Bye.